Says I'm live. Ooh, look at that hair. All right, sorry guys. I'm working, so kind of came home for a quick lunch, and I see things and it just irks me. So I got on here to do a quick video. I'm going to do this fast because, like I said, I'm kind of came home for a late lunch, and I got a job to go to here in a little bit. Trying to get that really bad for your rockstar energy. All right, so topic. Can a Christian or one become sinless? I am seeing this. I see this all over YouTube. There's a couple of specific channels that teach this very thing, and they're basically just like, oh, you don't believe you can become sinless because you love your sin and you want to just live in sin, and you know, you use that as an excuse. That's what they say. Be perfect like I am. I believe it is such heresy for anybody to actually be able to claim that they are sinless or as Jesus. Like not just like kind of trying to be like Jesus, like they are just like they are in the image of Jesus. For the fact that they think they can be as Jesus was sinless, when Bible clearly teaches that Jesus was like the only sinless person, and the only way he was able to do that because he was God in the flesh. So you're basically calling yourself a walking God. Whether you believe that you are or not, that's what you're doing. So it's complete heresy. It's a very bold claim. And to think that not one evil thought or anything goes through your mind, I'd like to know how they get around that. Like that a bad thought goes through your mind and they're like, oh no, I wasn't thinking that. And they somehow reconcile with themselves that because I caught that thought and I didn't really think it because I backtracked on it or something. I don't know how they get around that. But let's take a couple verses real quick. Like I said, this is going to be a quick video. I am going to touch on these topics a little heavier when I got time. I'm going to do some researches on some things and do longer videos on the weekend, like I said. But I want to do this quick one. Just because I saw this in a comment and how some of these verses are taken so out of context. It's so we go with John 8. And Jesus, this is when they're speaking to the woman who has been caught in adultery. Most of you know the story, but basically, let's get down to where he's basically saying, whoever has not sinned, cast the first stone. And nobody does. Everybody's like, wait a minute, I've sinned. Who am I to throw this stone? That's pretty much the story. Like, that's the whole point of the story, is to be like, who are you to throw stones? You're just as much of a sinner as this person, just because you don't think your sin is as bad as this sin. And that's the way Jesus kind of is. So it's like it says, when Jesus had lifted up himself and saw none but the woman, he said unto her, Woman, where are those thine accusers? Hath no man condemned thee? She said, No man, Lord. And Jesus said unto her, Neither do I condemn thee. Go and sin no more. See, there it is. Go. Don't do no more sin. There you go. I'm letting you off on a freebie. You can't sin no more. That is not the context of this whatsoever. He's not saying don't go sin. It's probably a good idea. Don't go sin, but he's not saying that you can literally go and not sin anymore. It was sin, the adultering, is that a word? Yeah, that got her in that predicament. He basically gave her another shot, and then he's saying, don't go do that again. Yeah, don't sin. It was sin that got you in this predicament. Don't do that no more. So that's what he's saying. That's all he's saying. He's not saying that you go be perfect. He was said, go be perfect. Don't sin ever again. No, that's not what he's saying. And we can prove this. Hold on, because there's another story John 5:14, a lot of people use. And this one, he's talking to this man. Um, Sounds like a pretty sick, broken man or whatnot. It says, "Take up thy bed and walk." And he that was healed was not who it was, for Jesus had conveyed himself away, a multitude being in that place. Afterwards, Jesus found him in the temple and said unto him, Behold, thou art made whole. Sin no more, lest worse things come unto thee. Now, did Jesus just threaten him? Like, if you ever go sin again, bad things are going to happen to you, man. No. It says the man departed and told the Jews that it was Jesus which had made him whole, and therefore did the Jews persecute Jesus and sought to slay him because he had done these things on the Sabbath day. So he was basically doing works on the Sabbath day. But Jesus answered them, My Father worketh hitherto, and I work. I'm not. I mean, no jokes. The King James is like the Bible I go to, but yeah, sometimes it is. The wording is hard in there sometimes, but that's not the point. I can usually understand a lot of the stuff just by context, which a lot of people seem to lack in trying to do anymore, is get context. So was he saying, don't go and sin no more? No, he's saying whatever happened to this man, it was sin that caused it. Don't go do that again. Don't do it no more. That's all he's saying. And if you want the, kind of like nail in the coffin to say, the apostles were the epistles of Jesus Christ himself, of God. You would think if anybody's going to be sinless, it'd be these guys, right? They are the Christians. Christians by that name were started under Paul. So Paul's got to be perfect, right? If that's possible. What does Paul say in Romans 7:9? For the goods that I would, I do not, but the evil which I would not, that I do. Now, if I do that I would not, is no more I that do it, but sin that dwelleth in me. I find then a law that when I would do good, evil is present with me. For I delight in the law of God after the inward man. But I see another law in my members, warning against the law of my mind and bringing me into captivity to the law of sin which is in my members. O wretched man that I am, who shall deliver me from the body of this death? Then it goes on, I thank God through Jesus Christ our Lord, so that with the mind I myself serve the law of God, but with the flesh, the law of sin. I mean, I don't know how much more clear it could be. He's literally saying that, look, my soul is with God. I am saved through Jesus Christ. But my flesh is sin. It is death. Until he's completely out of that, he's never going to be free of his sinful ways of the flesh. That's true. You cannot be sinless in this body of death, which we are cursed, thanks to Adam and Eve. So it's utter ignorance to think that you could actually be sinless just because you're a Christian. Nobody but Christ himself was sinless. And we are not going to have that body like Christ, that glorified body, until we're dead or caught up for the rapture. And that's another video. And that's another one that irks me. People deny the pre-tribulation rapture and think we're going through that. I've done videos on that. It's been a while, so I'll probably retouch on that stuff. But that's just kind of a quick video. When I see people act like they can be sin free, like never sin, and actually get on YouTube, make videos. And I mean, some of these people are the most hateful bigots I've ever seen. Like they're awful, they're nasty to other Christians, they're nasty to other people, and claiming to be Christian, but just spewing hate. It's, I mean, I get worked up sometimes. I'm not perfect, and I probably have lost my temper a little, but that's not every video and everything is like be perfect like me. And I mean, I will tell you, just there's one channel in particular, Warriors of Christ. They are far from anything of Warriors of Christ. That is not anything Christ like what they do. They go in. They remind me of, what was that church or so-called church? It was pretty much a psyop. That was always in the media, and they're bashing gays and just spewing all this hatred and basically like making it look like this is what Christians are. Yeah, do I think homosexuality and all that, is it sin? Yeah. You know what? Is adultery sin? Yeah. There's a lot of things that are sin, but that doesn't mean Christians hate people, all right, and these things. But these people go and picket and yell, call them all kinds of, call them the homos and all this, and it's like that's not Christianity, but that's what they're displaying, and it's basically saying, "Oh yeah, I am perfect, I am sinless." But I'm sitting here like cussing you out. it's insane that people actually follow this and think that that's even biblical. Or we rebuke you, like using just all kinds of terminology and stuff out of context. But yeah, that's, if you got questions on this, or if you're like, oh, what about this verse? And throw it in the comments. We'll get to it. I say I'm trying to be active again on the channel and just get some stuff out, even if I end up ranting to myself. So, yeah, if there's another topic that has to do, whether it is the rapture, whether it's about hell, what's about, whatever, just, put it in the comments. I'm always looking for things or ideas to talk about or see what somebody else wants to hear about, or grace, or works, any of that stuff. I've done a lot of videos on stuff, but like I said, it's been a while, so I probably will be touching back up on stuff that I haven't done in a while. So this is Sean Y. I said I'm trying to get back at it, but this was just a quick video, just kind of ran a little bit. But I am putting together something for hopefully the weekend. Put together a video. I like doing it. I'm going to try to do this live thing more often, as long as YouTube don't shut me down and prevent me from doing it. Is, I don't know, if I start getting some people to interact and stuff, that would be great. VOAFYI. I'm not sure that. I know what FYI is. I'm not sure what VOA is. All right, but yeah, I would check you guys later. Like I said, if you want to hear something or about something, just let me know.